Well, we are back on Black Clover Mobile. It's been a minute, has it not? I know I've been going crazy with the solo leveling, but don't worry, I am going to be continuing. But when it comes to Black Clover, as y'all know, the half anniversary is on May 30th, okay? So in about 20 days from this video going up, y'all will be getting a Spirit Eye YUNO, and then in about 2 weeks time on, I believe, the 24th, 25th of May, we are getting Valkyrie Noelle on the JP and Kara side. Now, unironically, and it's kind of crazy, and I guess it's a good thing too, Spirit Eye YUNO is getting a buff. I know. It's probably the main reason why you clicked on this video too, but Spirit Eye YUNO is getting a buff. So we're going to talk about this unit's kits once more, and I kind of want to talk about the benefits of summoning for him, because I did say originally that Spirit Eye was not the best investment for free-to-play because of the fact that he's kind of restricted only on mono green. Outside of that, this unit is not viable for the most part. I mean, you can go take a look at the JP Kara tournaments, the high-ranking players. They'll all say the same thing, is that mono green is Spirit Eye YUNO's one and only best team comp, okay? For casual players, obviously you can run this unit on multiple team comps, different team comps, etc., whatever you want. But when it comes to you being meta ranking and high ranking, then mono green is going to be, without a doubt, his best team comp. So let's go over to Pride Win. I want to talk about this kit once again, and then I will kind of start tying in Valkyrie Noelle and how she is going to be playing a pretty key role in this unit going forward. And for free to play, well, now Spirit Eye YUNO has value. And so with that being said, I think I'm going to recommend you guys summon for Spirit Dive. Now, before we begin, let me know in the comment section, will you or will you not be summoning for a Spirit Dive? Even before I hop into, how Valkyrie Noelle is tying into YUNO everything, will you be summoning for not Valkyrie, but Spirit Dive YUNO? Let me know, okay? So let's go over to Pride Win and let's kind of take a look at Spirit Dive. Once again, keep in mind that he is going to be a green festival unit. First skill, inflicting a 15% reduced mobility debuff onto a single target enemy. And then if you do have Spirit Dive on yourself, then granting a 10% increased speed buff for one turn, which is not too bad, okay? Second skill, it is going to be doing AoE damage, 50% chance to apply a, 50% reduced mobility debuff onto an enemy. And then if you have Spirit Dive, then inflict silence, guarantees silence at that, onto a chosen enemy for one turn, but this is AoE damage, so that's really good. I will take it, okay? Now the ultimate is probably going to be the best part about his kit without a doubt. So granting himself Spirit Dive for 2 turns, okay? And then Spirit Dive is simply just getting a massive damage increase, which is also inflicting a total silence onto an enemy for 2 turns, and then a 20% increased speed buff for 1 turn, which is not too bad. And then the combined attack, once again, having immortality removal onto an enemy, which is pretty good. So I believe now this is like the 3rd unit in game that has immortality removal onto a combined attack, which is not too bad, okay? Now, the LR passive here is at the start of the turn, grant yourself a Blessing of the Twin Spirit. If total silence debuff is applied to you, then it automatically gets removed once per battle. Not too bad. Again, they completely countered red YUNO because they knew that, against mono red, obviously every top ranking player is going to be... I don't like this, by the way, because it's so restricted to just red YUNO. Outside of that, there really isn't a lot of PvP units that are running at total silence if you think about it. So they 100% made this against red YUNO. So if you have total silence, then it gets gets removed from you, which is going to be good. And then also having a Blessing of the Wind Spirit, increased damage dealt by 10%, stacking up to 5 times. So very similar to how Julius's passive is working. So the ultimate is going to be doing some buku damage, okay? Now, when it comes to the LR+2, when you do gain Spirit Dive, you're giving yourself invulnerability for 1 turn, and then LR+5, same exact thing, and then you are also getting the Blessing of the Wind Spirit damage plus 10%, so even more damage, which is fantastic, okay? Now, the biggest problem with this unit is he's squishy. He's hella squishy. He really doesn't survive outside. Like, if you use his ultimate, it's good. It's damn near good, right? Because you're giving yourself invincibility, meaning that you take 0 damage for 1 whole turn, which is not too bad. But then here's the kicker. Once you use his ultimate, then it's like, if you don't have the ultimate again for the following turn, then he's dead. Pretty much. It is almost like guaranteed. Now, that's having crazy damage increase, by the way. So if you want to, typically what a lot of people do is they proc off Spirit, they proc the ultimate for YUNO, right? Get the damage increase, which is not too bad, and then go into the skill 2, which allows YUNO to have some really good damage. And don't get me wrong, the damage is fantastic. I think he's, without a doubt, right now for global, he's probably like the hardest hitting DPS unit, just because of how he's working and everything. He's fantastic, but his longevity wise, it sucks. really bad. So now let's kind of go into Valkyrie Noelle and how she is playing a vital role in making this unit like super top tier. Now this unit, Spirit Dive YUNO, is completely viable outside of a mono green team, which is massive. And from free to play, again, I think this unit is now worth summoning for, because he's actually pretty decent. So taking a look at Valkyrie Noelle, the reason why she is tying into Spirit Dive YUNO, let's kind of go over her kit. So if you are running one defending class unit in your team, only herself, then you are applying DC Dragon War Spirit every time you are attacked, stacking up to 4 times. So this is kind of not really tying into YUNO, however, but she's still really broken. So I'm not going to go into her full kit, but the reason why this unit is so broken with YUNO is because if you take a look at the partner skill, read this: granting the partner mage invulnerability for 1 turn. Okay, I will repeat. You grant the partner mage invulnerability for 1 turn, and then if you get the Grimoire for Noelle, then you are also giving your entire team absolute area for 2 turns, and then it is also giving them a increase of special point plus 2 buff every single time it is your turn. So with YUNO, right, essentially you want to get this unit his ultimate ASAP every time, no matter what. So obviously Mimosa, which hopefully y'all did get from the gateway, is going to be a pretty good unit with you know, Spirit Dive YUNO, just allowing you to constantly have special points. No, Vanessa, right, what is it, Destiny Vanessa is fantastic with this unit, allowing the units to not take any damage as well. So now YUNO kind of has a few options of units to kind of back them up on not taking any damage, and that's the best part about this. So like I said, Spirit Dive YUNO unironically got a buff because now guess what, you can run both him and Valkyrie Noelle together on a team, and the 2 of them are going to be kind of broken, right? I mean, YUNO's not going to be taking any damage. You get to save the ultimate if you want to, and then just kind of go crazy with the skill 2, because like I said, the skill 2 does amazing damage. And same thing for the skill 1 too. Like once you are getting these Blessings of Wind Spirit increased damage dealt, like he's easily able to just one-side block offsets and stuff, no problem, hands down. Okay, so this unit is fantastic, like I said, but the only thing he had that was lacking, that really stopped him from being like just completely powerful, was his survivability and longevity in PvP. So now having Valkyrie Noelle, it kind of makes him worth it. But here's the bad thing, okay? And I already know y'all gonna ask, well, when is Valkyrie Noelle dropping on global? I don't know. I don't know. That is the only unfortunate part about all this, is I have no idea when Valkyrie Noelle is dropping on global. You know, I can't even hint towards y'all because I personally don't even know. So trust me, like I love hinting things towards y'all and just kind of hooking y'all up. I don't know. I genuinely don't know. So the devs haven't said anything. We don't have any confirmation of when Valkyrie Noelle is going to be dropping. So it could be low-key like, you know, she's going to be a fest unit, obviously, right? But it could be like a month and a half after. It could be 2 months, 3 months. I have no idea when that unit is going to be dropping. And by then, who knows if, you know, we get a chaos unit or something to sort that completely counters Noelle and YUNO. That is the only bad part. But with everything that I just told you guys, YUNO is crazy good now, really good. I really do recommend that you guys get YUNO if you can, to max dupe and everything. And when it comes to the skill page too, like you obviously want the skill page because it is extremely broken to have for Spirit Dive, at least, because on his ultimate, I'm sorry, not the ultimate, but on the skill 2, right? So passive is, if you have Spirit Dive, then you have a 20% chance of giving yourself a special point plus 1 buff. You get it maxed out, then if you have Spirit Dive, you're giving yourself a special point plus 3 buff. And guess what? That's like damn near half your ultimate back already. And then you have it on skill 2. You are also inflicting a barrier immunity onto an enemy for 2 turns, which you don't see barriers often. But again, keep in mind that Charlotte is still a crazy meta PvP unit, so she is going to be not so great anymore. But yeah, I mean, Spirit Dive is fantastic, okay? So I think now with everything we know, Valkyrie Noelle makes this unit even more broken, definitely viable in PvP outside of the mono green team comp, which is super duper needed, okay? But the only kicker, like I said, we don't know when Valkyrie Noelle is dropping on the global side. So now that I told y'all everything, okay, again, I will ask once again, will you be summoning for Spirit Dive YUNO? He is a little bit cost heavy. I can't say that he isn't, but the unit is fantastic, especially if you are able to get him maxed out, especially skill page maxed out too. LR plus 2 is fantastic, giving the unit invincibility, taking 0 damage on the ultimate. So without a doubt, he's doing damage, okay? But I think I'll go ahead and end it there. Just want to let y'all know, give y'all an update, because, you know, global half innie is slowly approaching, but you still have time. You still have time to decide if you want to summon. Mono green, fantastic. Vanessa, crazy ass units, giving invincibility on for 2 turns. So like I said, he has a few options to go ahead and have that survivability. So I'm going to do another showcase for YUNO. Okay, we're going to sweat. We're going to make this unit work. For global, I'm going to try my absolute best to get him maxed out if I can. And I'm going to be a big advocate because I am a fan of Spirit Dive YUNO. I want these units to work. And cool character design, trust me. And I know, super missed opportunity between the two. Don't get me started. But outside of that, he's not a bad unit, okay? But I'll end it there. Y'all let me know your thoughts. Valkyrie Well, buffing Spirit Dive. Who would have thought? I honestly thought that she would have countered him, but hey, go figure. So, yeah, let me know your thoughts on it there. Peace.